Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me today as we take a look through a stack of Red Sox cards that came from Fenway Park. So the quick backstory here was attending a game this past fall. I think it was sometime in September with a few buddies, and went to grab a beer, walked by a concession stand and saw that they had these little baggies that you could pick up featuring Red Sox baseball cards. These are obviously just repackaged, cards that somebody, some aspiring collector assembled together. They charge $10 and you get 50 random Red Sox cards. So this is probably going to be junk, but I just thought this was cool as a team collector to add some cards to the PC that I picked up, literally at Fenway Park. They're just kind of a cool element. So some of these will probably end up being trade bait, but even if I get 5 or 6 new cards for my Red Sox team collection and can kind of remember that they actually came from the ballpark, I think that would be worth the price of admission. So let's see what we get here in this little baggie. Don't expect $10 worth of product, but do have a nice 2008 David Ortiz. This is from the Red Sox team set as well. That one I know is a double for me, but a cool oddball card. I love those team set cards that Topps has done. Here's a nice blue collector's choice of the Hawk, Andre Dawson. So, at least some decent star power out of the gate. I didn't get 50 commons here. And continuing that theme, here's a Wade Boggs. Another Wade. So this is actually turning out pretty decently. An Ultra Boggs. Love the backs on these. Here's an 83 Tony Perez. So I'm very impressed so far. Dwight Evans, these are all, fan favorites, if not Hall of Famers. Here's an 87 Bob Stanley. A very cool team card here. I miss the era where Topps included team cards like this in the flagship release. Definitely don't have this one. And that is a gem. This is actually definitely turning out to be a worthwhile purchase for the Red Sox PC. Here's an 87 Fleer Ed Romero, 86 Topps Joe Sambito, 86 Sammy Stewart, and airbrushed Tom Seaver. I want to say this is a traded card. Yep, Topps traded Tom Seaver. Late career card there as he wound it down with Boston. Fan of the airbrushing as a child of the 80s and 90s, so that one is funny. So Marty Barrett out of 90 Donruss. Dwight Evans. So the big names continue. Here's a Larry Anderson out of 91 Topps, one of my favorite Topps flagship set designs, and the last year that they were on true cardboard stock. And as a matter of fact, the following year, here's a 92 here. They switched to a more modern card stock. Got a Greg Harris out of Leaf, Tom Bolton from the same set, and Jody Reed turning 2. Here's an Ellis Burks fan favorite. I showed a great autograph of his recently that I got from Andy over at Flying Dutchman Cards. 92 Jeff Reardon. Always loved the image on the Tony Pena from 93 Topps. Just the catcher's gear there, looking up for a foul ball. If I already have a copy of this, I'll probably send the dupe over to Peeps. Is it Joe Hesketh from the same set? 93 Topps was really nice. They hold up well, in my opinion. Here's a Tony Pena from 91 Upper Deck. One of these Fleer limited edition box set cards. These were all the rage in the 80s. Marty Barrett. About 100 box sets a year released, it seemed like, throughout the decade. There's a Rich Gedman from 85. Very clean looking 85. Don't think I have that card. Pinnacle, the Naturals of MVP Mo Vaughn. Some nice foil action there. And here's another Mo Vaughn out of Leaf. Mentioned these recently, but they have really nice card backs. I love the ticket motif for the back there. So good stuff. I wish you'd see companies put this much effort into a card back these days in the 21st century, but I really don't see that. Here's a 2010 Papelbon. Pretty fun closer for a while there. John Lackey. Was a reliable member of the starting rotation and pitched some big postseason games for the club. So, Chris Young, whose tenure in Boston was pretty short-lived. Chris Canisaro from one of the Pawtucket Red Sox minor league team sets back in the day. So that's a nice random one there. There's a Mike Greenwell out of my first ever love, 90 Tops. So I never complained about pulling a 90 Tops card. He got the, star number of 70 assigned to him. Of course, any number divisible by 10 back in this era of Tops meant that was a pretty big player. It's a shame to cover up that Pepino Man booklet, but here is a killer card. Absolutely love this. This will definitely be my favorite of the pack from the 91 Fleer Pro Visions insert set. Really, really love these cards as a kid. I have my original set that I assembled in a binder, still stored away in my basement, and very happy to have another one. Of course, that is the green monster in the background there behind Greenwell. Just really cool concept. And as a teaser, I have a really significant and pretty big card that is a modern take on Provision that's coming soon in an upcoming episode. So something to keep an eye out for there. Looks like we're getting into some Rocket here with a 92 Fleer Roger. There's an 89 Upper Deck Ellis Burks from the first ever Upper Deck baseball set. Mo Vaughn rated rookie from 91 Donruss. Not too shabby there. Not entirely sure if I have that card or not. I love the green, and it kind of goes nicely with the green monster Greenwell and the 90 Tops Greenwell there in the background. So some pretty cool stuff. And then it looks like the rest of this pack is going to be a close to complete 2008 Red Sox team set. So that's pretty neat. Again, I believe this is a team set that I did complete. So these are likely doubles, but I find that these types of doubles are oftentimes, the cards that casual collectors are missing, or, oddballs, like somebody who's a David Ortiz collector may have his 2008 base card, but probably not his 2008 Red Sox team set card with that different numbering. So that's kind of a neat ending to that Fenway Park repack. So there you have it, just 50 random Red Sox cards procured at the home of the Red Sox and the place that is, in my heavily biased opinion, the greatest ballpark in America. So that was a neat experiment. Definitely don't have any buyer's remorse with that $10 spent. Again, just pretty significant just to know that these cards, were purchased at Fenway at a Red Sox game. And, if for nothing else other than the Provisions Mike Greenwell and the rated rookie Mo Vaughn, those two cards alone definitely made this an enjoyable rip for me. So appreciate you stopping by. I hope you saw something in this stack of 50 that interested you to a degree. And I will certainly be back in the very near future with more sports card content. Until then, enjoy the hobby and take care, everybody.